pedigree, on tools that the fighters have shown so far, I'd have to say that Joshua would beat Daniel Dubois.
What we've seen so far.
He'll knock him over. He'll knock him over. If he catches him, he'll knock him over.
With the much-anticipated fight between heavyweight elites, Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois, to take place on the 21st of September, many boxing pros have chosen their winner. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn, the longtime friend and promoter of Anthony Joshua, has recently given an interview where he cleared all the air about how Joshua is not as fragile as many people believe him to be. According to Eddie, it's suspicious that all these speculations about Joshua having a weak chin have surfaced right before his fight against Dubois, and that they are nothing but a tactic to shift AJ's focus from his important fight and to make him insecure about his skills. Eddie stated, AJ has a really good chin. Watch the shots AJ took in the Vladimir Klitschko fight. With the right hand that would have decapitated a normal man, AJ got up from. Even with Andy Ruiz, he kept getting up. Alexander Usyk hit him with the kitchen sink, and he never had him out. Look what happened to Tyson Fury. I never saw AJ like that in that fight. AJ's got a great chin. While addressing all the criticism that AJ seems to get from not only the biggest and most notable boxing pros, but also from all the boxing fans all around the world, Eddie stated that this all comes down to how when someone is better, people tend to get jealous and try their best to bring that person down because they know deep down that they will never be better than him. Eddie then stated how in the start, these types of comments used to have a toll on AJ, but now he is not focusing on anything negative and just strives to become the world champion.
Fortunately, when you do very well in life, you get heavily criticised. There's a huge amount of envy, and you got a lot of miserable that want to try and bring you down. Anyone that has potential has no interest in bringing other people down. You just want to champion other people.
However, Frank Warren, Dubois' promoter, thinks that this criticism of AJ is justified as AJ continuously brags about being the best fighter in his weight division. But he is someone who has never gotten hit properly before, and the times where he has gotten somewhat hit by jabs, he had lost just like his fight with Andy Ruiz and Usyk. Frank also emphasized how this upcoming fight will depend entirely on who has the best jabs and who is completely in control of not only the mind, but also the heart. He stated, "I've seen AJ when he's under pressure, and how he looks when he gets under it and how he reacts. It's going to be a battle of jabs. Who's ever got the jab is the key to this fight. It's the heart, the mind, and the jab is the key to it. If they're two massive big punches, it will not go to distance. This fight will not go to distance." Showing confidence in his boxer, Frank wholeheartedly believes that Dubois will be the one who wins in the end, as he has much better punches as compared to Joshua. Frank even went as far as to issue a knockout warning to Joshua, stating clearly that Daniel will not only win, but he will win with an outstanding knockout, which will cement his position as the top dog in heavyweight division. Frank stated, "He'll knock him over. If he catches him, he'll knock him out. Look, he's a young man. He's 26, and I genuinely believe that Daniel has the ability to knock him." Following the drama that took place during their face-to-face interview, where both AJ and Dubois almost got into a fight right then and there have been many comments online questioning the authenticity of this whole debacle. From fans calling it a cheap stunt pulled off by the promoters to increase the hype around the fight to mismanagement by the organizers, there is no stop to this online speculation. Noticing this, Eddie Hearn came forward once again to finally settle the score on how even though things like these end up generating more hype around the fight and ultimately are good for business, this time it was not something that was pre-planned by any of them. According to Eddie, all this happened because of the threats and comments made by Dubois, which irked AJ, resulting in the viral clip of them nearly coming to blows.
And some people say, "Oh, that was set up." I mean, people are mad. Like, you don't say, you think I could go up to AJ and go, "Right, mate, what I want you to say is," like, you just say, "Fuck off, I'm not doing that." It's when someone puts it on him, like Dubois did, "Let's fight now," the switch flicks, and you see, and it's not even like, "Oh, the new AJ," it's just AJ.
Further clarifying what Eddie said, Aid Oladipo, the lead presenter for DAZN Boxing, and also someone who actually conducted the interview, stated how he was aware of the tension between Eddie and Frank, coming right after their eventful clash at the 5v5 matchroom versus Queensberry. But the tension between AJ and Dubois was something that he did not expect, as both of them are men of few words and have been quite respectful towards one another in the past. He stated, "I felt it was simmering. I didn't think it would get to that where, security has to get involved, but we've seen it with these face-offs. Sometimes they do need to kind of step in, and I almost felt like AJ maybe looked at D like you're a young kid, and Daniel was like, I'm not a young kid." While talking about it being staged or not, Aid emphasized how despite people calling it scripted and done only for the sake of adding more drama to the fight, it was anything but, because if the audience saw the remaining interview, they could very clearly see that the tension between Dubois and AJ was brewing from the very start. He added, "If they told Dubois to start something, that's going in one ear and out the other, because Dubois is not going to even remember that. So yeah, certainly certainly not scripted, these two just kind of got on each other's nerves and it kind of boiled up. Despite all these criticisms, AJ and Dubois have now moved on to start their training camps, where according to multiple sources online, both the boxers have taken part in not only extensive workouts, but also there has been footage of them sparring inside the ring to further enhance the skills that they both already possess. AJ, known for his excellent skills and techniques, is a formidable opponent for anyone inside the ring. Aiming to earn himself a third stoppage win against Daniel, while working with his longtime trainer Ben Davidson, Anthony so far looks confident in his abilities. And when you look at the bigger picture, things become even more important for AJ, as the winner of this bout will then go on to face the victor of the USCK versus Fury rematch. With this in mind, Joshua has now set his eyes on Fury to fight him next year to finally settle the score about who is the best heavyweight boxer and the next heavyweight champion of the world. To make this possible for AJ, Turki Alalshik recently sat down with Anthony to discuss his future move in boxing and how if he ends up winning this fight against Dubois, he will most certainly arrange a fight between him and Fury next year. While conducting a FaceTime call, AJ and Fury exchanged some pretty solid threats and warnings while still in the company of His Excellency, which garnered a lot of attention online.
The job in 21 of December, and look who waiting for you.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
Go on. I'm done. I'll get the job done.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm waiting for you.
I'm gonna get the job done.
Either way, I'm waiting.
Either way, he waiting for you.
With this fight, and now the added hype of a future bout between the winners, fans and pros have a lot to say about the whole thing. Some say about how it would be an easy fight for Anthony, as he is the bigger and more experienced fighter, while others point out the fact that Dubois is much younger and has more power compared to Joshua. Starting with Simon Jordan, a well-known boxing analyst, who has recently made some comments about Joshua that have landed him in hot water from AJ's fans. According to a statement given by Simon in an interview, AJ is someone who has come a long way in boxing from losing against Andy and then falling off for some time. Simon added how, like everyone else at that time, he too thought that after a loss like this, AJ would never recover, as he had lost the fighting spirit that he used to have. But miraculously, he proved everyone wrong with one big win after another, especially the one against Ngannou. Simon stated, "I didn't see a pathway back for Anthony Joshua to win a world title again, and I wasn't alone in that, because most people in the orthodoxy felt that the fire had gone out in Anthony's eyes, that he wouldn't go into the dark places that he might have to go into, and put himself in a way of harm, as he once was prepared to do before." Simon further added, "Joshua's redeemed himself, and I was delighted that he put boxing back on the map, the way that Fury didn't do with the Ngannou fight. He got rid of the mixed martial arts guy, as a boxer should do, with no disrespect to Ngannou." However, despite all this praise, Simon still believes that Dubois will be a very hard opponent for Joshua, as he is someone who has tremendous hitting power, something that AJ has not felt for a very long time. According to Simon, if he ends up getting hit too many times by these lethal shots, he can not only take a physical toll from them, but it can also affect him mentally. He said, "Dubois is going to hit him back right. Franklin didn't hit him back. Helenius didn't hit him back. Wallen didn't hit him back. So did Ngannou. I still think there's a possibility with the power that Daniel has, that if he detonates one on Anthony Joshua, he's going to get PTSD. He further added, "He's going to be reminded of the challenges that he's had previously, and it might take him back to a different space, because despite all the Redemption's last 4 fights, Dubois is going to hit him back." Completely agreeing with his fellow pundit, Spencer Oliver, talking in the same interview, also thinks that Anthony has no doubt improved over time, as now he has finally regained the confidence that he was missing for a very long time, and this will most certainly help him in fighting anyone, including Dubois. But on the other hand, Dubois has also improved and can't be ignored, as he is a ferocious fighter who will try his best to put Anthony down.
Now, the self-belief is there, and that was what was missing. Nothing else, just the self-belief. He didn't believe in himself. He wasn't stepping in with his shots. He wasn't putting the punches together. He's now got that confidence, and that makes him a totally different animal. Very, very dangerous. But like I say, Dubois has always got a chance, because he will take a fight straight to him. And if he lands a shot, he's very heavy-handed. Anything.
Just like this interview, there are many more where the pros have come out in support of Dubois in the bout that will take place in September, yet there is still a concern that this will not be as easy as it sounds for Dubois. Looking at the past performance displayed by Daniel, he has earned himself many good victories, especially the ones against Gerald Miller and Hrgovic. But regardless of these, he still has a lot to prove, as he has also lost some major bouts like the one against Joe Joyce and Oleksandr Usyk. These mixed records have put Dubois somewhere in the middle, where most people believe believe that he must improve his durability to finally become a boxing legend. Giving his honest opinion about who might win, Dave Coldwell is all for Team AJ, stating that even though Daniel looks confident that he will finish Anthony with a knockout, Anthony is not like any opponent that Daniel has faced in the past, and this cocky demeanor from Daniel might be his downfall.
But Joshua's not just going to throw a 1-2, a basic 1-2. If he starts landing that 1-2, if he's taking an AJ right hand, he's going to come back with that left up. He's going to come back with an uppercut. He's going to come back with another attack, because that's what Anthony Joshua is. He's a very, very good combination puncher. Anything can happen because it's heavyweight boxing, but on pedigree, on tools that the fighters have shown so far, I'd have to say that Joshua would beat Daniel Dubois. So
there you have it.
Moving on, Dave also believes that even though there seems to be bad blood between the fighters, mainly after the whole face-off drama, they still are the most respectful fighters right now in the boxing game. And Dave then added how despite the rivalry, they both respect each other's abilities and look forward to fighting one another. He said, Anthony Joshua can punch. We know that. And Daniel Dubois can punch. And they both know that the other man can punch. They both know that they both have power themselves, but they both know that the other man can punch as well. So they're going to be respectful no matter the buildup, no matter the bad blood. They're going to respect each other as fighters and as warriors. Shane Watson, being a professional boxer himself, thinks that it would be AJ who wins in the end, as there is almost no possibility for someone like Dubois to beat AJ. Explaining his point, Shane stated how Anthony is just too fast for someone like Dubois and has more skills as compared to Dubois, who is more sloppy and has a much weaker defense. He stated, I don't think there's a way in hell that he beats Joshua stylistically. Right now he gets hit by too many right hands, man, and it's one thing getting hit by Hrgovic, but AJ is a bit of another level. It's not even just how, it's a snappiness as well. Like, it's the hand speed. Like, and he's so accurate of his right hand AJ as well. And it's just, I think it's a bit of another level. Alan Babick also thinks that this time the tide is in favor of Anthony, as he is one of the best fighters of our time, with a skill set that no one possesses at this time. Though there was a time when he fell off and had some pretty nasty losses, he still got up and fought again to prove everyone wrong. And with this newfound confidence, he became better than ever.
Guys, but I think I kinda edging towards Joshua because he had his downs, but he came on his up every single time. He ended up on his up, so I really think he's on a huge up right now, and I think he's a very, very dangerous fighter. And I think he's more dangerous puncher in the ball.
Somewhat new to the business part of the boxing community, former professional boxer Izzy Asif is on his way to becoming a big promoter, not only in England, but also worldwide. So it's no wonder that he is excited about this upcoming Wembley card in September, and is looking forward to this bout between Joshua and Dubois. Giving his take on who might win, Izzy thinks that AJ will not only have an upper hand in this fight, but would win by a knockout against Dubois, who though is a good fighter, tends to get hit a lot, which is something that can land you in hot water against a fighter like AJ. He said, Joshua by KO. I think Dubois is in really good form, but he gets caught too much for my liking. And you can't get caught with power like Joshua, because it is lights out. I've always said this, if Joshua catches anybody in the world, it's lights out. I still believe we're going to see the best answer in Joshua. In the end, with all this being said, it is hard to make a distinctive prediction about who will win this exciting upcoming bout. Will it be the fan favorite, heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua? Or will it be the new young blood Daniel Dubois, who has shown time and time again how good of a fighter he is? So we leave it up to you to decide. Just like always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and make sure to tell us about your thoughts in the comments below.